All right, let's switch gears from the hopeful future of the Canadiens to the current, rather grim, reality facing the Toronto Maple Leafs. You want a script that captures the raw frustration, the disbelief, and the sheer exasperation of a fan base watching their team stumble and their roster crumble. Consider it done. We're going to dissect the situation with the intensity and passion it deserves, leaving no stone unturned. Are you absolutely furious? Are you utterly exasperated by what we witnessed last night? Not just from the Toronto Maple Leafs performance, but from the relentless, soul-crushing injury bug that seems to have taken up permanent residence in their locker room? How much more can this team and this fan base endure before something fundamentally breaks? Welcome back to the channel, where we don't shy away from the tough conversations, especially when our beloved teams are facing adversity. Last night was, to put it mildly, a complete and utter disaster for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They were summarily embarrassed, pounded 6-3 at Nationwide Arena against the Columbus Blue Jackets. But let's be clear, that score, folks, is hardly indicative of how truly lopsided and frankly humiliating the game really was. This wasn't just a loss. It was a statement of profound struggle, punctuated by an ever-growing list of wounded warriors. For much of the game, the Leafs were staring down a 6-1 deficit late in the third period before too late. Almost meaningless goals made the score appear closer than reality. It was a performance devoid of energy, lacking in execution, and frankly, insulting to the passion of the fan base. But as stinging as the loss itself was, the true gut punch of Wednesday night's game wasn't just the scoreboard. It was the sight of yet another player, Lorentz, being forced to leave the ice due to injury. This marks the second time this season that veteran forward Lorentz has gone down, this time sustaining an upper body injury after a terrifying crash headfirst into the boards late in the second period. And here's where frustration truly boils over. Lorentz, clearly shaken, got up on his own power and skated to bench, his agony and frustration etched across his face. Why? Because the officials, in a moment of baffling inaction, failed to blow the play dead despite the obvious injury. Instead, they allowed the play to continue, and to add insult to injury, the Blue Jackets capitalized, scoring to make the game 5-1 at that point. It was a moment that perfectly encapsulated the Leafs' night, a combination of poor play, bad luck, and questionable officiating. Lorentz sat on the bench for a few agonizing moments, conversing with the training staff, before the TV broadcast showed him being escorted down the tunnel and into the dressing room. Given the nature of the impact and the immediate concern, it's highly probable that the Maple Leafs forward entered concussion protocol. This isn't just a physical blow. It's a psychological one for the team, knowing another key contributor is sidelined, potentially for an extended period. And let's not forget, this isn't an isolated incident. The specter of concussions has already haunted the Leafs this season. We saw Chris Tanev on the concussion watch list earlier. Thankfully, it turned out to be nothing more than a scare. But these repeated incidents, these close calls, they chip away at a team's resilience. Lorentz himself went down earlier this season with an upper body injury, returning after missing a handful of games. He's been a solid, albeit unspectacular, contributor with 4 assists in 8 games this season, but his absence leaves yet another hole in an already beleaguered forward group. But the injury woes don't stop with Lorentz. Another wounded Maple Leafs warrior is Calle Jarnkrok. The veteran forward was conspicuously absent from the lineup against the Calgary Flames on Tuesday night, and again missed Wednesday night's tilt in Columbus, sidelined with lower body injury. At 34 years old, and with a history of significant injuries, this is particularly concerning. There is no firm return date for Jarnkrok at this time, and that silence speaks volumes. It's worth pointing out that Jarnkrok missed almost all of last season while recovering from surgery for a sports hernia, only making it back into the lineup toward the very end of the regular season. He saw postseason action, yes, but he was a shadow of his former self, not nearly as effective as hoped. This latest setback, a cruel twist of fate, could effectively take him off the trade market for good this season. Jarnkrok is in the final year of his current deal, and he's been the subject of trade speculation throughout the summer. This injury not only impacts the Leafs' immediate depth, but also significantly diminishes any potential trade value he might have had, forcing the team to hold on to an injured asset rather than leveraging him for future gains. It's a compounding problem, a domino effect of bad news. Amidst the sea of despair, this relentless barrage of bad news, there was one solitary, flickering silver lining from Wednesday night's debacle. Performance of Sammy Blae. Blae, a waiver pickup at the end of training camp, was a candidate to make the Montreal Canadiens but ended up getting cut. The Habs tried to sneak him through waivers, but the Maple Leafs, ever opportunistic, claimed him. And what a claim it's proving to be. Blae got into his first NHL game since April 17th, 2024, when he was a member of the St. Louis Blues. And he didn't just play, he made an impact. He ended up picking up a goal and an assist in the losing effort, a testament to his resilience and determination. Given the alarming rate at which injuries are piling up for the Maple Leafs, fans are beginning an extended and perhaps much-needed look at Blae. He brings a physical edge, a willingness to go to the dirty areas, and clearly a knack for finding the back of the net when given the opportunity. He's a player who plays with a chip on his shoulder, and right now, the Leafs desperately need that kind of fire. So, where does this leave the Toronto Maple Leafs? They're reeling from an embarrassing loss. Their forward depth is being tested to its absolute limits, and the injury bug shows no signs of letting up. This isn't just about missing a few players. It's about the psychological toll, the constant shuffling of lines, and the immense pressure on the remaining healthy players to carry an even heavier load. Can they weather this storm, or will these injuries derail what was supposed to be a promising season? We want to hear your thoughts. How do you feel about the Leafs' current injury crisis? What moves, if any, should the team make to address their depleted roster? Let us know your passionate opinions in the comments below. And if you appreciate this in-depth analysis, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more unfiltered insights and crucial updates on your favorite teams. Your engagement fuels our coverage.